Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Amirul Haziq bin Muhammad Rosli. So, for our industrial pharmacy group attachment, we are going to present about tablet production and also its packaging area. So, there are 8 content that will be discussed in this presentation. We first into the layout. So, in ICOP pharmaceutical industry, there is two level, which is level 1, which is more focused on the production line, which they produce semi-solid liquid, and also solid, which is capsule and tablet. But in this presentation, we will only focus on the tablet. And the second level, more focused on the packaging line, where the product will be packed into the box.
So now I would like to continue to explain regarding the function performed by each section in the production as well as packaging line. As for the production line, we can see there's a change room which act as an airlock to prevent the contamination by ensuring personal change into clean room garments before entering control areas. It helped to maintain cleanliness standard and prevent cross-contamination. As for the hand wash room, it's ensure a proper hand hygienic to minimize contamination risk. Personnel will wash and sanitize their hand before entering the clean areas known as a white area. As for the raw material room, stores the raw material under control condition like temperature, humidity to maintain their integrity and prevent contamination. As for the quarantine area for raw material, it's isolate the raw material that are awaiting quality control testing or approval. This will prevent the untested material from being used in the production. As for the approved raw material area, this area will store raw material that have passed quality control tests and are approved for use in the manufacturing. So next we have sampling room which provide a control environment for sampling raw material for quality testing to ensure compliances with the specification. And then we have dispensing room which weighs and dispenses raw material in precise quantities for production, operates under strict environmental control to prevent error or contamination. As for the solid intermediate room, we can see here he's handled the intermediate product during the manufacturing process, ensuring proper storage and minimal contamination risk. And finally, we have granulation and drying room, which processes raw material into granules and dry them to prepare for the further stages like compression. Powder, sieving, milling, and mixing room involve the processes of these three to achieve uniform particle size and homogeneity, essential for the consistent product quality. As for the tableting room, it's involved in compress the granules or powder into tablet using tablet pressure under a controlled condition. And tablet coating room will be apply coating to the tablet for protection, control release, or aesthetic purpose using specialized equipment. The intermediate room are temporarily store the intermediate product during different stages of production process. Blister packing room involve packages tablet into blister packs, ensuring the product protection and traceability. As for the counting room, it count the tablets accurately before packaging into bottles or other containers. Secondary package area, which is a packages primary pack product like blister pack into secondary packaging like cartons for distribution. As for the approved secondary and tertiary packaging material area, they usually store approved packaging material like cartons or label under the control condition to maintain their quality. The quarantine area for finished product usually isolate the finished product awaiting quality control release to ensure they meet all the specification before the distribution. Approved area for finished product usually store the finished product that has passed quality control tests and are ready for distribution. Finished product store area usually maintain finished product under appropriate storage condition until they are dispatched to the customer or distributor. And finally, IPQC room involve processes raw material into granules and dries them to prepare for further stages like compression. The tablet production will be fall under the solid line where the production packaging line will involve the flow of the process. Here can be seen in the picture, and for each part of this section already explained previously. But overall flow, we can see the product from raw material they came to the warehouse, to the quantity room, to the store, then they dispense to the dispensing room, solid intermediate room, granulation drying room, powder sieving milling mixing room, then the tableting room, and finally packaging room.
So now I will be explaining about the IPQC, which is in-process quality control in the pharmaceutical manufacturing. The aim is to guarantee the compliance with predefined specifications before final product release for the distribution. And it also focuses on the real-time process adjustment to maintain the adherence to the manufacturing protocol. So there are some of the testers that involved in the IPQC, which will be explained in the further slide. So the first test is weight variation, in which it able to ensure that each pill and capsule has the same quantity of the medication component, with the batch permitted variation being specified. So it will measure each of the 20 tablets with separate weights and compare the average weight of the tablets with their individual weights. So the percentage deviation from the average weight should not exceed the two tablets. Second test is content uniformity, which helps to assure that there is a minimal fluctuation in the amount of medicinal ingredient that present in each tablet within a batch. So the procedure involved with choosing 30 tablets at random, 10 of these were tested separately. If 9 out of 10 tablets have at least 85% and no more than 150% of the drug's label content, and the 10 tablet has no less than 75% and no more than 125% of the label content. So the pill passes the test. Next is hardness test, which used to ensure that the tablets are strong enough mechanically to endure handling, packing, and shipping without crumbling or breaking. So there are some devices used to test the hardness of the tablets, which are Monsanto tester, Strong Cup tester, and also Arabica tester. The fourth is friability tester, which helps to assure that there is a minimal fluctuation in the amount of medicinal ingredient that present in each tablet within a batch. It is propensity of tablet to powder chip or fragment, which can have an impact on the tablet's style, look, and acceptability by the customers. It consists of a plastic chamber that rotates at a 25 rpm, dumping the tablets into the fibrillator 6 inches away. The chamber then rotates 100 times. They weigh the tablets again. It is deemed appropriate to compress the tablets that lost less than 0.5 to 1.0% of their weight. So this is the Roche fibrillator that used for the friability test. Next is thickness test. The top and lower punches at the time of compression determines a tablet thickness, and we will use a vernier caliper to test it. So the ranges fluctuate within plus minus 5%. So this is the vernier caliper that used for the thickness test. The next is disintegration, which is a measurement of how long it takes for a batch of tablets to break apart into smaller pieces under specific circumstances. As for the control and continuous release tablets, no disintegration test is conducted. So this requires the tablet to break up and every particle flow through the 10 mesh screen within the allotted time. So this is the disintegration tester that used for this process. So for the disintegration test, we will use US pharmacopoeia for both uncoated tablets and coated tablets. As for the uncoated tablets, we will take about 6 tablets and begin the disintegration test and repeat it on another 12 tablets if one or two of the 6 pills fail to dissolve entirely in 30 minutes. So the batch must be rejected if more than 2 of the 18 tablets do not dissolve. And as for the coated tablets, we will submerge the pill in the distilled water for 5 minutes to dissolve or remove the coating. As per the USP, immerse the pill in water or HCl for 30 minutes at 37 degrees Celsius and put it in the intestinal fluid if it hasn't broken down. Repeat it with 12 tablets if 1 or 2 do not dissolve. Therefore, 16 of the 18 tablets must dissolve completely in the allotted time. If 2 or more do not, the batch is disqualified. So the next is dissolution test, in which used to determine the proportion of active substances released from the tablets. So the tablet disintegrates into tiny pieces, giving the dissolving media a larger surface area. So the factors affecting the dissolution rate are physiochemical properties of the drug, drug product formulation factors, processing factors, factors relating dissolution apparatus, and factors relating dissolution test parameters. And as for the dissolution test, we will use IP apparatus and also USP apparatus. As for the IP apparatus, we will have pedal apparatus and basket apparatus. As for the USP apparatus, we will use rotating basket, pedal type apparatus, reciprocating cylinder, and also flow through cell type apparatus. So next is leakage testing for strip and blister packaging. The purpose of the test is to evaluate the blisters and pack strip for integrity. So the leak test equipment is used to evaluate the integrity of the packaging process and ensure that the product seals are completely intact and that no water should enter the pack. So these are the procedure that involved in the leakage testing for the strip and blister packaging. So next is documentation. Well, a pharmaceutical company documentation procedure are really important in order to preserving the product quality and guaranteeing the adherence to legal requirements. So it entails the producing, overseeing, and keeping a variety of records during the course of pharmaceutical products life cycle. Well, in the pharmaceutical sector, the GDP, which is good documentation practice, are crucial for preserving the product quality, guaranteeing data integrity, and also adhering to legal criteria. Well, in the GDP, it includes legibility, clarity, using indelible ink, reviewing and improving, staff signature, signed delegation of responsibility, as well as storage, security, and availability of documents. Well, in the batch manufacturing record, it is a thorough records that describe each stage of the production process. They guarantee that every batch is produced in compliance with the authorized protocols and legal requirements by acting as a real-time record of the production process. So this BMR includes some of the crucial information such as product information, raw materials, equipment and settings, manufacturing steps, quality control tasks, as well as personnel involved. On the other side, in the batch packaging record, it documents the packaging process for a specific batch of pharmaceutical products. So this record ensures that the packaging process is conducted according to approved procedures, maintaining the product integrity and compliance with the regulatory requirements. The PPR includes some of the crucial information such as packaging materials, packaging process, quality control checks, personnel involved, as well as packaging equipment.
Alright, we move to the staff. There are several responsibilities that performed by the staff. The first one, operating and maintaining equipment, which is ability to handle and operate machine equipment efficiently to ensure facilities, systems, service are well maintained and kept in the optimal condition. Second one, working on the production line and meeting targets. Ensure production line operation is optimized while meeting the quality standard. And also effective planning, coordination with other departments such as R&D, QC to achieve production target. Third one, finalizing and packaging production for shipment to assembly and finishing the final product to efficient packaging to maximize space utilization and reduce the shipping cost. And the last one, update the work progress required, documentation and follow the production guideline that abide by the CJMP or the JMP guideline to ensure the product safety, efficacy and also quality. To maintain record of work progress and appropriate documentation chronology. The main person in charge for the manufacturing company called as plant manager. So under this plant manager, we got two departments, which is manufacturing and production and also packaging. There were four employees for under the manufacturing and production, which is manufacturing technician and also maintenance technician. Under packaging, we got two employees for each secondary packaging and tertiary packaging.
Okay, as for the cleaning procedure, this is very important where we can see usually each and every room will have their room status categories. This divided to four where we can see they can be ticked as work in progress which indicate the production operation are going in the room. Clean in progress refer to signifies that cleaning activities are currently being conducted. If it's mentioned clean, it denotes that the room has been cleaned and is ready to be used. If it written as under maintenance, then it marked the room as unavailable due to the maintenance work. Any cleaning process to be done will be updated in the room status to avoid any concurrent production work conducted in the room. So the people who are responsible for cleaning this process, which will be the cleaning staff as well as an operator, and will be supervised under the head of department of production. The cleaning tools and agents are including vacuum cleaner, clothes wiper, potable or purified water, glass cleaner, or disinfectant. So the disinfectant preparation will be involved mix of 0.25 liter of disinfectant in purified water to make a 10 liter of solution. So all the cleaning procedure will be based on the SOP guideline, where for the procedure cleaning the tablet machine and the equipment will based on the first procedure started off with power off and disassembly, where we turn off the electrical supply, disconnect the cable, remove the guard hooper, feed frame, punches and dies. Then we proceed with the initial cleaning where we wipe off the excess powder from the turret using a vacuum, remove any oils with the cotton cloth, as well as use nylon brushes if needed. Then we proceed with washing where we clean clean the parts with 25 liter of potable water, rinsing with 25 liter of purified water. And then we proceed with disinfection where we wipe all the part with the 70% of isopropyl alcohol. The next step will be drying and protection, which involve wipe the dry with the lint-free cloth and cover the clean machine properly. Then we proceed with lubrication where apply food-grade oil to the dies and punches. And then the final step will be attach the clean label on the machine or in the section. This will record in the equipment logbook. Re-clean if not used within 72 hours. This will ensure a safe contamination-free machine for the production. So next will be see the procedure for the production area, which the cleaning types, there's a three types. So the first type is type A, which involve the cleaning product to product changeover. We'll be label the area as to be clean, then we vacuum, then mop, wet mop ceilings, wall and light and extra. And then we clean the equipment per its SOP, wipe down the surface, like doors, panels, tables, and others. And then we clean the floor with the dry mop, potable water, disinfectant, and purified water. Inspect for any residue, re-clean if needed. Get a QC approval, and remove the to be clean label and apply the clean label. Record cleaning in the logbook. So the frequency for type A cleaning is between different product or every 72 hours. So the next cleaning type is type B, which is known as batch to batch changeover. Label the area partially clean, vacuum the surface like the floor, ceiling, wall, light, wet mop the floor, remove the partially clean label and apply the clean label, and finally record the cleaning in the logbook. And the frequency for us to do type B cleaning is between the batches of the same product. And finally, the one is end of the day, where we wipe down the machine exterior and operating panel, clean the floor with a dry mop, potable water, disinfectant, or purified water. And usually we do it on the daily basis.
All right, next we move to the environmental control. So there are three factors that influence the environmental control, which is the first one, temperature and humidity, that follow ISO 187-2022, which is three standard atmosphere, which have 20 to 23 degrees Celsius and also 65 to 50% of relative humidity. But industry follow temperature less than 24 degrees Celsius and humidity less than 70%. Next, which is differential pressure, or follow ISO 14644-4 defined standard by the industry, which is more than 10 Pascal. And the last one, which is ventilation system, which is we use HVAC system for heating, ventilation, and also air conditioning system. So look, this is the example of the environmental control rule that has been conducted in the ICOP manufacturing industry, which is they have shown the specification at the bottom of the paper, and they will also mark in two different color, which is red and blue dots. So the red usually indicated in terms for the temperature, whereas the blue will indicate it in terms of humidity. So this actually will ensure that temperature and humidity are within the specific range. So if there is any alteration in the immediate measure can be taken. So there are also several factors that influence the environmental control, which is clean room classification, which is it classified under 7 to 8 uh, class because it utilizes non-sterile manufacturing raw material as well as the production is also non-sterile. So beside the equipment, cleanliness and maintenance are also well maintained through the regular cleaning procedure following the SOP standard as well as regular inspection. And last one, air filtration system that using HEPA or ALPA filter to remove any airborne particle, as well as to prevent or reduce the possibility of contamination toward the finished product.